Good morning, friends, and welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be talking all about housework during a homeschool day. Now, most of you know, as a homeschool mom, every day can look completely different, and not even as a homeschool mom, as a mom in general, every day can look completely different. And so everything I'm showing you today is not exactly how it looks every other day. And everything I'm showing you today works for our family in this season of our life and is different than what it may have looked like in another season of our life as far as the children's ages and things like that. So just keep that in mind as you're watching my video. Everything that I do may not work for you, but maybe some things that I do will work for you. So regardless, if you're here, thank you for being here. And the purpose of this video is mainly just to share with you how a day looks realistically for us and for me as we go about our homeschool day, and how I try to keep on top of things a little bit as we're doing school. And I also wanted to mention that while we are doing school, in the hours that we're schooling at home, that is my main priority. I put big cleaning things to the side until after school hours or on the weekends, and I mainly just sort of straighten up and do things here and there as we go along during our school day. This morning, I am starting to switch over some laundry, and this is before the kids have even gotten up, and I'm just switching a load that I had started the night before. So if I have any laundry in the washer from the night before, I'll go ahead and switch that over to the dryer and get some more started if needed. These short clips here are just to show you what our counters look like pretty much on a daily basis. We end up with piles, we end up with stuff, we end up with clutter, and even at the end of the day, after cleaning and straightening up is done, we still have piles. This counter often always has a pile on it, and if we're all being honest, I think that we probably all have those spaces and those counters. So just wanted to be real with you there. And as I mentioned, I just sort of keep up with things as we go along. If the counter needs wiped off, then I just quickly wipe it. And if things need put away, I just try to put them away if it's possible. And if it's not, I will make a pile and I will put it away when I can. If I have things to go to the basement, I just pile all of that together in one pile. And then next time I go to the basement, I'll just take it down with me. And then I also wanted to mention that I often will pile up my children's things. So my children have a habit of leaving things just laying around that maybe they've been working on the night before, or little projects, little things that they just failed to put away. And I will pile them up. I'll make a pile for Easton, I'll make a pile for Zoe, and I'll make a pile for Eden. And then they are responsible for putting those things away properly. And if they don't have a spot for it, then I encourage them to move it along, whether that be trash or donate or whatever that may be. And so you will see here in a few minutes that there were some things at the dining room table that were Zoe's, and I left them there for her. And when she was done her breakfast, woke up, I asked her to put those things away, and she did it, and you'll see her doing that here in just a little bit. And not really difficult things, but just things that she had left out that were sort of in our morning time space and that needed to be put away that she didn't do the night before. So my kids honestly help me a lot with straightening up. Now, those things are responsibilities that they should have because it's their items and they need to put them away. But with life and just it being busy, sometimes I do help them out, but if it's things that they easily can put away, then they are able to put them away properly. And so I will just make them little piles and I will ask them to clean them up and put them away before they move on to the next thing. And I always make my bed every single morning. That really helps me stay on top of pickup and just feeling like semi put together. This just helps me feel kind of ready for the day and ready to tackle the day ahead of us. And so I make it a habit or I've made it a habit a long time ago, to straighten up and make our bed every single morning. And again, the room is not perfectly put together. There are piles along the wall, there are piles in the corner. It's just real life around here. And when you school and you live in the same home, that's just normal life. And I just want you all to know that I try to keep it real around here for you so you can see what realistically it may look like. This is the pile I had left for Zoe to put away, and she is doing that. We are also coming off of a birthday party weekend for her, so the house is sort of in a little disarray just from the weekend. Now, we always clean and straighten before a party, but of course, then there's always things that pop up after party. So we have a pile of birthday gifts that you probably will not see in this video. We have things to go downstairs. We have furniture to put back, which you actually will see us at the end of the video put some of the furniture back, but just wanted to mention that as well. And then every morning before we start school, Easton's chore is to unload the dishwasher for me. And that has been something that he has done since the beginning of the school year. And typically most mornings he does do this, but there are mornings now where he's not home. He is working a little bit here and there. And so on the mornings he isn't home, I will do it, or I will ask Zoe to help with it. And that has been super helpful because he's able to work on it while the girls are finishing up getting ready for the day, or while I'm finishing up getting ready for the day. And that feels really good to have that done straight away in the morning. And then at this point, we have sat down to start our school. And if I've already sat down and sort of gotten the kids started, and I think of things that I need to do or that sort of pop into my mind, I just try to write them down and make myself a list along with the kids and their school stuff, just so I'm not constantly hopping up and down from the table, because I found if I do that, that's sort of when they get very distracted and they feel sometimes like they can just get up and wander around. So I try to keep myself focused on their school while we're doing school. And here we've just taken a short little break. They like to take little 10-15 minute breaks here and there throughout the morning. And if we have laundry, once again, to flip over, I'll go ahead and do it super quick. And it's very helpful that our laundry, our washer and dryer are straight off of our kitchen. And so I'm basically always right there. And so honestly, that is a big help because I very quickly can switch things over. And this is even something that if I can't get to it, I can ask one of the kids to do it for me, and they'll switch over from washer to dryer or take things out of the dryer, whatever it may be, they can do that for me. And typically they do their own laundry. The girls will do theirs and then Easton will do his. But if it's a really busy week and there's other things going on here and there, then I will help them out with it. But they typically always fold their own clothes. And so this chore, this housework chore, plus doing dishes and cleaning up the kitchen, is probably the only type of housework that goes on in between our technical school time throughout the day. Just keeping on top of the laundry, it doesn't become a super big distraction. And so I just find it easier to take 3-4 minutes on our break times to just sort of switch things around and just keep it flowing. And you'll see I just fill the laundry bags with the clean laundry at this point. I don't fold anything during the day. Sometimes I'll fold up dish towels or big towels or something like that along the way. But typically I wait till school is completely finished before doing any type of folding. And as I mentioned, the kids will fold their own laundry. And so I just need to bag theirs up in separate bags for them. And they will fold their own. And sometimes they'll help me fold the big bags of everyone's laundry as well. And there are dishes that Easton is not able to reach to put away, like the breakable dishes and just things that are up high. So he just leaves them around in little piles for me on the counters near where they're supposed to go. And I just slip them up as I go along. That's what I'm doing here. And then I just wanted to show you what our table can look like in a morning, typical morning. Very unfiltered, but it gets a little messy, but it's very easy to clean up. And I just kind of straighten up if we're done at this table, which at this point we are, and we'll be moving into the schoolroom. So I just put papers away and just generally straighten up what I can. And like I said in the beginning of the video, if the kids have left anything on the table, like drawing things or trinkets, whatever it may be, they'll come out and you'll see them here. I was actually helping Zoe finish up, I think, math in the schoolroom. And we were getting very close to lunchtime at this point, and my husband typically comes home for lunch. And so I like to have the table all cleared off by that point. And so I sent Easton and Eden out to clean up their items from the table while I finished helping Zoe. And so that's what they're doing at this point here. After Zoe was done, she came out and she straightened up her items so we could have a clear table for lunch. At this point, we are done with lunch, and now I'm going to move on to cleaning up the extra food and all of the things left over from lunch. I will also start doing dishes, and in the sink this morning were also the dishes from breakfast. I typically do not clean up breakfast dishes until lunchtime. Sometimes I will, but I usually just leave them in the sink until lunch because there's usually not a ton of breakfast dishes. And then I just do breakfast and lunch dishes at the same time. And this is right after lunch, so the kids are usually taking still a little bit of a lunch break. So they'll either go play in the schoolroom, play a game, go outside for a little bit, whatever it may be. I just take that time to clean up the dishes from lunch just so they don't flow over too much into dinner dishes. And then I have a triple load to do in the evening. After we completely finished all of our school for the day and cleaned up all of our school items, I asked the kids to help me reset the furniture from the birthday party. So this big round table that is here in the middle of the living room needs to go back to the sunroom, and then all the chairs obviously have to go with it. And just some little things here and there. I had a bingo set in the sunroom that needed to come out and go to the basement, but I needed Easton's help to lift this table to put it back because it's a little bit heavy. And so we worked on doing all of that, putting some chairs back, and just some other little things that needed straightening up. Shoes put away, hair clips, just little things that are left sitting around. And we all kind of pitched in together, and they know that they are not really able to have much free time until chores and straightening up and things like that are completed. So they're usually fairly eager to help me get things done quickly so then they can be free to talk to their friends, go outside, ride scooters, whatever it may be. They really look forward to having that free time in the evening. So typically they are very hands-on with helping me, which I'm extremely grateful for. They honestly do a really great job at helping me out, and that is really how I stay on top of our housework during the day, and that's really what it honestly realistically looks like for me and for us during the school day. You'll see me in a little bit start folding some laundry and things, but this was after we were completely done all of our school, and I just took the bags into my room, and I honestly don't really mind folding laundry. It's kind of a time that I can pop on a YouTube video, someone that I want to catch up on, And I just sort things, fold them, and I really don't mind folding laundry. So that you will see in just a little bit. But again, I always leave that until after school. I just kind of put it out of my mind and try not to think that it needs done. Of course, that kind of creeps into my mind sometimes, especially if I need to walk back to my room and I see bags of laundry that need folded. That thought can pop into your mind. But I just know that when we're doing school, that is my focus, and that is what needs to be my focus. Everything else can wait until school is done. And if it doesn't get done that day, it's okay. We might end up with a couple wrinkly shirts, but it's really okay. And I've just kind of had to work at that over the years, and just making my mind realize that I can do the best that I can, and I can pray for God to help me with being efficient. But things pop up and life happens, and you have to be flexible and do the best that you can along the way. And so at this point is when I'm going to start folding a couple loads of laundry. Eden's in here with me. She's just watching something on her tablet. I can't even remember what exactly she was doing. She was just kind of hanging out with me. And yeah, I could have asked her to help me, but this was her free time. And as I mentioned, they just helped me for a little while, kind of straighten up the house. And I was watching something as well, so I didn't really mind her just sitting there hanging out with me. But typically they do fold their own laundry, so I'll just make a pile of the girls' clothes, and then I'll send it along to their room, and they'll have to fold it when it's all ready. So again, that was pretty much a realistic day. And then the evening will just go on. I'll make dinner shortly. And then, of course, after dinner, there's dishes and kitchen cleanup to do and whatever else needs to be straightened up along the way. And like I mentioned before, we always have piles. Every house has piles. We, as people filming videos, get to edit and show you exactly what we want to show you. So I just want to be real with you and let you know that we often still have piles sitting around. And yeah, it does drive me a little crazy sometimes, but I try to remember that we're just doing real life and raising a family and creating memories all in the same house each and every day. So I'm very thankful for that. And that's really what I wanted to share with you today. So if you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them down below. I try to respond to everyone. Thank you if you've watched our day today, and we will be talking very, very soon.